afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on a very busy Wednesday.
Let's get right to it.
Absolutely. Topping our news, what to make of the Rittenhouse deliberations today. We're helping you sort through a confusing mess of questions, mistrial motions, and delays that all happened today.
Police have a person of interest in custody tonight after Madison's 10th homicide of the year. But that person is not accused of pulling the trigger at this time.
And a local high school hockey team is raising money to fight cancer. Here how you can help in just a bit. But first, let's take a look outside. Still relatively mild today, but kind of breezy. Not bad for middle of November.
Almost 8 days from Thanksgiving.
These horses are loving it. Breezy and cooler tomorrow, however. Austin is in the backyard, and we are losing ground.
That's exactly right. And, you know, it felt like just yesterday was Halloween. Right around the corner now it's Thanksgiving. And next thing we know, we're going to be putting up all those Christmas lights. A lot of people have already put up the Christmas lights, and for good reason. Now, outside right now, it does feel pretty decent, but the wind makes it feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. You take a look at our Doppler track, however, and it did try to produce a few lighter showers for some of our northern and northwestern communities, but for most of us, we got through today and ended up staying dry, and that'll be the case here for the rest of tonight as well for most of us. Taking a look at our current temperatures, however, 45 degrees right here in Madison. Feels quite nice outside, especially whenever that little bit of some sunshine that's been peeking through here and there has shone bright. That really does make all the difference, but now that we're nearing the end of the day, sun's going to set, and these temperatures are falling right back down into those upper 20s here in the overnight hours. But our wind speeds aren't too bad for most of us, but some areas really starting to see upwards of around 10, 20 miles per hour, and these are sustained winds as well. So do keep that in mind. Wisconsin Dells right around 9 miles per hour. Other areas like Monroe, 17 miles per hour currently with those sustained winds. Now, the evening planner still does look pretty good here with temperatures in those 40s and eventually the 30s, but later on tonight, we're going to see those temperatures falling back down into the upper 20s. It'll eventually become partly cloudy, so a lot of the cloud cover that we have overhead is going to end up exiting here for tonight, but we're actually going to cool things down for tomorrow. How low will the temperatures go, and do we have any more rain or snow chances in the forecast? I'll have all these answers coming up in just a bit.
All right, Austin, we'll see you then. Thank you. The attorneys for Kyle Rittenhouse have asked the judge to declare a mistrial even before the jury reaches a verdict. It's over a piece of video evidence saying they received an inferior copy of drone video presented by the prosecution. The jury has requested a review of that video during their deliberations today. Defense attorney Corey Chirifsey told the judge that the defense would have approached things differently if it had received the higher quality video earlier. He says the request would be made without prejudice, meaning prosecutors could try Rittenhouse again if the judge were to grant the request. Earlier in the day, the jury requested to review that evidence, and at that time, the judge agreed that the jury should be allowed to view the evidence as many times as they want and feel free to discuss it. While the jury deliberates inside the Kenosha County Courthouse, media and some protesters wait outside.
That is where we find our Eric Franke tonight. Hi, Eric. What's the mood like there?
Well, it's from a standpoint of how many people are here, it's very similar to what we saw yesterday. The folks on the Kenosha County Courthouse steps behind me, probably about the same size, anywhere from 30 to 50, and it's hard to discern exactly who are just members of media. There's such a massive amount of media here. I just was talking to some folks who were covering this for Sky News in Australia, so that really tells you the scope of the interest in this case. We did have our first incident just a few minutes ago, and we're hoping to get the video of what happened maybe in the 5 o'clock hour, but we don't know what caused it, what triggered it, but we had a kind of a mosh pit of people trigger a fight just to the left of the courthouse steps. It carried across 56th Street here in Kenosha. Police are stationed literally, 100 feet away. They kind of watch things unfold. That group came into the middle of 56th Street. The eastbound side of 56th Street, police came in and blocked off traffic. As you can see behind me, traffic and street, they're open here, and this is a heavily traveled route. A lot of people, I don't know if this is just the standard traffic, if there's an extra number of people coming down here to see what's happening, but they shut down the eastbound side. Police came in and took 2 people away in custody who were involved in that altercation that started up on the courthouse steps behind me. So it is getting a little more contentious. People maybe a little bit more stressed out, and as this case continues to go and the time goes by, but at this point in time, everybody's just wait and see. But as we said yesterday, police aren't far away should anything get out of hand. But right now, streets are open, no changes to that. For the most part, it's just protesters chanting and that sort of sort of thing. Aside from that one little altercation, it's been pretty peaceful here.
That is good to hear. All right, Eric, thank you.
One person is in custody on unrelated charges following a homicide on Madison's east side early Wednesday morning, the 10th murder so far this year in the city. Madison police say officers were called to a house on Home Avenue on the city's east side at about 12:30 this morning and found a 24-year-old man who had been shot. He later died at the hospital. Police say the department's violent crime unit identified and located one person of interest. This afternoon, police said that person was arrested on unrelated charges.
The House has voted to censure Republican Representative Paul Gosar of Arizona and remove him from his 2 committee assignments. The formal rebuke came after Gosar posted an anime-style video on Twitter last week that depicted him killing Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York and attacking President Biden. The video, which Gosar deleted, shows a character with Gosar's image wielding a sword to kill a character with the image of Ocasio-Cortez. The vote was mostly along party lines, 223 to 207.
Well, you may have noticed that your grocery bills are going up, and lawmakers have noticed as well. And they held a hearing today to discuss the supply chain issues causing the problem. From Christmas shopping to the Thanksgiving turkey, the global supply chain crisis is driving up prices this holiday season.
Some people have asked, is it increased because of the demand? It is not because of the demand. The increase is just to cover our base costs, how they've increased from last year.
It is truly a crisis. Thanksgiving stands to be the most expensive ever.
The head of the Port of Long Beach says they're testing a pilot program at his port, but a widespread change could take longer. As of late last week, the backlog of ships in a holding pattern off the coast of California sat at more than 80 vessels. In addition to getting more workers on the docks, experts say America's major ports are in desperate need of modernization.
Well, we certainly know about the COVID pandemic, but a group in Madison wants you to know about the shadow pandemic that also poses a threat. The Zonta Club of Madison met with local law enforcement leaders this morning. They say our daughters, sisters, and mothers all face gender-based attacks daily. The club is part of a 16-day international campaign to prevent those attacks. Organizers point to statistics that show 1 in 4 women will face sexual violence in their lives.
Violence doesn't come out of nowhere, right? This violence is rooted in misogyny and patriarchy, and it perpetuated by the smaller acts of discrimination that happen in our community and our world every day.
The group is getting local leaders, including Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, to pledge support. The 16 days of activism begins Thanksgiving Day and runs through December 10th.
Pain for many commuters taking Fish Hatchery Road just got a little better. Mayor Aaron Richardson of Fitchburg and Dane County Executive Joe Parisi celebrated the ribbon cutting for the completion of the reconstruction of Fish Hatchery Road today. The city of Fitchburg, Dane County, and the city of Madison all provided resources for the $30 million 2-phase reconstruction project, which began in the spring of 2020 and is finally done.
Wisconsin continues to see an increase in COVID cases. This is attributed in part to the waning efficiency of people's initial vaccines that they got in the first half of the year, as well as people spending more time indoors where COVID can spread more easily. State public health officials say we're seeing daily numbers that we haven't seen since 2020, and those numbers are higher than we saw during September and October, which was when the Delta variant peaked here in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin continues to be at very high case activity level, with the majority of counties remaining in that category of very high transmission.
The mask mandate in Dane County is currently set to expire the day after Thanksgiving. However, many are assuming it may be extended.
The Waunakee High School hockey team is doing their part to help fight pancreatic cancer. For the 9th year, they are out bright and early today at 6 a.m. at Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru collecting donations for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. It's part of the NHL's Hockey Fights Cancer. The Waunakee Warriors will face the Middleton Cardinals this Saturday at the Ice Pond in Waunakee. A Miracle Minute at the game will give fans the opportunity to support the fight with their donations, as well as a raffle that the Booster Club members have put together. Families affected by the pandemic cancer are encouraged to attend the game to honor and support their loved ones.
Yeah, it feels really good. This is my 4th year doing it, or 3rd with the COVID year, and we've raised more money every year, so it feels really good.
The hockey team will be accepting donations all week for purple wristbands, ribbons, and foam hockey pucks. In 2021, an estimated 60,000 people will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in the United States, and approximately 50,000 will die from it. Well, still to come at 4, unraveling today's events at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
When we come back, we'll talk with our legal expert, Jessa Nicholson, who once worked on the Rittenhouse case. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Stoughton Health cardiologist Dr. Eugene Kaji provides quality, compassionate care to his patients and is conveniently located right at Stoughton Hospital. Learn more about Stoughton Health Cardiology at stoughtonhealth.com.
Welcome back. Textbooks and lessons plans aside, today students at Franklin Elementary School in Madison learned about Native American heritage from a woman who knows plenty about it.
Ada Deer was the first woman to head the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs, as well as the first Native American woman from Wisconsin to run for Congress. Students passed around cultural items and asked questions about Native American traditions. Deer shared stories and lessons that her ancestors left behind. She says learning history accurately and learning it now will help these kids become more compassionate and understanding adults.
We want all the people in this country to respect each other, no matter what their backgrounds are, to appreciate the history and the culture and the contributions of everyone to this country.
Deere stresses that we should celebrate Native American contributions every day and not just during Native American Heritage Month, which runs through November.
Well, for the first time in history, Apple says it'll allow customers to repair their own products.
The new program comes as Apple and other tech companies face increasing pressure from consumers to ease repair restrictions. It's been dubbed the Right to Repair movement. Apple announced today that its new program will sell parts to consumers, and it will post online manuals to help fix a problem. The self-service repair is expected to launch early next year. Initially, it will only be available for iPhone 12 and 13 users in the U.S., but Apple says it will expand later to certain Mac computers. A work by late Mexican artist Frida Kahlo has set a new record for the highest price paid for a painting by a Latin American artist. Her 1949 painting, Diego and I, sold at an auction for $34.9 million. As the title indicates, the second person in the painting, depicted on her forehead, is Kahlo's husband, muralist Diego Rivera. The couple shared a complex relationship. They divorced in 1940, 11 years after they wed in 1929, only to remarry the same year.
Public health care experts are warning nations across the globe to prepare for a future flu pandemic. The National Academy of Medicine released a series of reports today. Researchers suggest the world is currently not ready to deal with an influenza pandemic like the one in 1918. The flu killed 50 to 100 million people through 1919 during that pandemic. Researchers say right now we are woefully underprotected against that scale of threat. They recommended countries start developing next-generation vaccines and build up capacity levels in poor and middle-income nations. One report suggests having 4 to 8 billion doses of flu vaccines ready to go during any given flu season.
Well, get ready to say goodbye to the Staples Center, in name only at least. The Los Angeles home of the Lakers, Clippers, and Kings is set to get a new name. It will soon be known as Crypto.com Arena.
That rolls off the tongue.
The new name is scheduled to take effect on Christmas Day. Cryptocurrency platform Crypto.com paid $700 million for 20 years in what is believed to be the largest naming rights deal in history.
That's going to take some getting used to. Stocks lost ground today. The Dow Industrials fell 211 points, ending the day at 35,931. The NASDAQ lost 52 points, and the S&P 500 was off 12. Well, the jury in the homicide trial of Kyle Rittenhouse is continuing its second day of deliberations in Kenosha.
The defense filed a motion today asking for a mistrial based on prosecutorial misconduct.
Joining us once again is criminal defense attorney Jessa Nicholson. Welcome back, Jessa.
Hi, Jessa.
Hi, folks. How are you?
Good. What's the difference between a mistrial and a mistrial with prejudice?
Sure. Absolutely. So a mistrial can happen whenever there's any error in the trial that sufficiently prejudices the jury such that they can't decide things fairly. So a lot of pretrial rulings talk about evidence that's admissible and evidence that isn't. Sometimes witnesses, despite being instructed, will say something that has been ruled inadmissible. Most of the time, those are good faith mistakes, is what we call it legally, so innocent mistakes. And that will result in a mistrial without prejudice, which means this happened, no one acted in bad faith, no one intended to cause it, but we know it affected the fairness of proceedings, so we have to have a do-over. A mistrial with prejudice is an entirely different animal. It's an extremely rare remedy, and it is based on the concept of someone acting in intentional bad faith. And so the written motion that the defense filed was alleging exactly that the prosecution acted in bad faith, and that bad faith acting warrants a mistrial with prejudice, which means they could not retry Mr. Rittenhouse if that were granted.
Okay, a lot happened today, and this is a little bit in the legal weeds, but maybe you can help walk us through this. The defense is claiming that the prosecutors withheld key evidence from them in the form of a high-definition file of the drone video of the night of the shooting. Is that grounds for a mistrial?
So this is, it's a really nuanced thing. because they had a copy of this video, but it was a compressed copy. And so the quality of the video, as I understand it, it was much lower than the one that the state had. And from reading the pleadings, it sounds like that was discovered on November 13th in the middle of trial. That the defense went to play a portion of that video and the state basically said, no, use ours. Ours is a better quality. And the defense, I think very rightly said, what do you mean? Shouldn't we have the same video? And as it turns out, they did not. They had a video that had much less data sort of included in it. I'm not a tech expert, so I can't speak to exactly how that works. But what is apparent is the information the state was working from was not the information the defense was working from. And that, to me, reads as fundamentally unfair.
So that would trigger a mistrial, do you think?
I think it could. This judge has displayed, in my view, somewhat of a reluctance to issue a definitive ruling. There's been a lot of that throughout this trial where he would say, I'm taking it under advisement, but with a bias towards denying it. I'm taking it under advisement and I'll consider it later. And this motion was actually made during the prosecution's case in chief when their star witness testified, and then there were issues there, and it was again brought up, and the idea of the mistrial with prejudice was brought up when Kyle Rittenhouse was on the stand, and the prosecutor started to go down a line of questioning that related to an other act that had been ruled inadmissible by the judge prior to trial.
When will I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is kind of a regurgitation of those prior issues.
When will the judge rule on this?
It's my understanding that they were taking oral argument just an hour ago. So it's possible it would be today. I would expect tomorrow. This judge has been pretty careful about ending things around 5 p.m. So it would surprise me if we heard back from him today.
So another day at least.
I think so.
All right, Jessa, we'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I'll see you again.
Thank you, Jessa.
Well, Thanksgiving is next weekend. Thousands of people in Dane County depend on the Goodman Center for a holiday meal.
There is still time for you to help out. We'll find out what the center still needs to fill all those baskets when Live at 4 continues.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's a medicine specifically made for heart failure, Entresto. It's a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today and get $100.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called A Grace. Yes, A Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home. A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Take a look at this. This massive spider with fangs is the stuff of nightmares. It's called the funnel web spider, nicknamed mega spider. A reptile park in Australia says this is one of the biggest of its kind they've ever seen. It's hairy, dark in color, measures 8 centimeters from foot to foot. But the real threat from this guy is its nearly inch-long fangs, which are sharp enough and strong enough to pierce a human fingernail. The Australian reptile park said mega spider's fangs will be milked for venom that can be turned into anti-venom. I think I would just call it quits.
Yes, no thanks.
I see that crawling around on the floor.
Well, here's a question for you. Are you ready for this?
Today's National Homemade Bread Day, and there are loaves of ways that you can celebrate as long as you're ready to rise to the challenge. There's really no butter bread than the kind you make at home.
That's 3.
Make it for your family. It's the yeast you can do.
4.
Make it for your friends if they need a pick-me-up. Heck, make it for yourself if you're feeling a little crummy. You can eat it, slice it at home, make it into a sandwich, even put it on a salad. It's delicious any way you choose to chow down. Crust us.
Wow, that is some outstanding writing.
That's true.
Wow.
I think we'll just have to leave it there.
Yes.
Good night.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. That's some good stuff. Oh, my
All right,
goodness.
how's the weather looking?
You know, the weather's looking pretty good here for today and the rest of tonight as well, but we are in for a quick cool down, followed up by a warm up. And hey, guess what's after that next warm up? Another cool down. I'll have all the updates you need to know coming up right after this.
In the town of Basic, families gather for basic fun. But if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find your own fun.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today. TSR, one day floor.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
I've seen this movie before.
You have?
Sure. This is the part where all is lost and the hero searches for hope. Then a mysterious figure reminds her that she has the Farmer's Home Policy Perk guaranteed replacement cost, and that her home will be rebuilt regardless of her limits or if the cost of materials has gone up.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks. Wait, I didn't ruin the ending, did I?
Yeah, you did.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
In the town of Basic, families gather for basic fun. But if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find your own fun.
Save up to $42.62 on select models.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey there, welcome back. Cooling down with our temperatures. We are going to see temperatures only reaching the 30s here for tomorrow. Thursday and Friday in the 30s. Then we're going to see that quick spike in temps afterwards, and then that's followed again by another cool down. But a few rain chances along the way. Most of this next week or so should remain on the drier side of things, but we are looking out for a few systems that are likely going to end up moving through and clipping us. Now, a live look outside currently. Beautiful look at the sunset. It was a nice day here for today, but the Doppler track did try to pick up on a little bit of some light rainfall here, especially around Wisconsin Dells, Lone Rock, and maybe around Prairie du Chien as well. But a lot of that either didn't reach the ground or was pretty quick and ended up leaving right afterwards. So we didn't really see too much in terms of rainfall today. We weren't expecting to see much rainfall here for today either. But our future track does show temperatures falling back down into the upper 20s and low 30s for tomorrow. That's where we're going to start the day. But then towards the afternoon, usually we warm things right back up. But the afternoon tomorrow, unfortunately, we're going to stall out here in those middle 30s. A little bit warmer here by the time we do reach Friday, but we're only talking a few degrees here and there. So another chilly start to the morning. By the afternoon, temperatures will rise to the middle to upper 30s once more. Now, our 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook actually looks a little bit drier than average. So it does look like our precipitation chances do drop off near the end of the forecast, but also the first half of the forecast doesn't necessarily include great chances of precipitation. And now we're not saying rain chances anymore. We're more so saying precipitation chances, because some of these could bring some rain. Some of them could bring some snowfall. We're in that middle ground right now with these temperatures. But speaking of temperatures, we're looking to stay cooler than average near the end of this forecast. And our average high temperature, it's about 44 today. But by the end of this forecast, that average high falls into the upper 30s. And that's actually going to be a little bit warmer than where our expected temperatures are going to be. Thursday and Friday in those middle 30s. Even on Monday, an expected high of 29 degrees. So we are really going to cool things down here, at least compared to where we should be on average, especially comparing that to the warmer than average October we've seen. Now we're falling to actually below average temperatures. But current temps, 45 in Madison, very close to average as of right now. Wind speeds looking decent, but we're still seeing some breezes here, even around 17 in Monroe. Camp Douglas currently 21 miles per hour with their gusts, so it's starting to be a little bit breezy for some spots. It's going to stay a little bit on the breezy side of things here tonight for quite a few of our communities, but then you take a look at our extended forecast, and overall, most of this forecast does look to stay dry. What we're really watching out for right now, it's going to be a chance of afternoon showers here on Sunday, a possibility of a flurry or so here early on Monday as well, but that chance is still on the lower side of things. And then you can notice how Monday really sharply cools down with that cold front moving through. Afterwards, we're pretty consistent. A few ups and downs here and there, but most of this is going to be a little bit below average.
A lot below average.
Yeah, at times, that's right.
Yeah, just checking flights here to get the heck out of town.
All right,
Austin, thank you.
Austin.
Scientists are combing Ireland's west coast for seaweed to feed to cattle and sheep after research showed it could substantially reduce the amount of climate warming methane that they produce.
Scientists in the United States and Australia have already demonstrated dramatic methane-reducing qualities from one seaweed type when small quantities are added to feedstock. The Irish project aims to find abundant native seaweeds to use instead. Researchers are also working on how to integrate the feed additives into Ireland's predominantly grass-based cattle farming system.
The aims of the beginning of the project was to look in the lab to see whether we could reduce methane emissions. And that way we can then choose the best possible seaweeds to go into our lactating dairy cow study.
Some harvesters who serve organic food and cosmetic markets doubt that the feed additives will be sufficiently lucrative, with plenty of opportunities elsewhere.
Madison students will have to keep wearing masks in school for a little while longer.
In this week's Eye on Education, our Chris Stanford takes a look at COVID safety measures for the second quarter and perhaps beyond.
The superintendent's quarterly update is out, and here's what you should know. Masks will still be required inside of buildings. District leaders say they don't expect that to change either when the Dane County mask order expires, perhaps at the end of the month. Rules for masking outdoors will also stay. That could change, though, as more kids get vaccinated. The adjusted start and dismissal times are also staying, possibly for the rest of the year. This is because a lack of bus drivers. The district is still looking for 17 drivers. Physical distancing and cleaning protocols will also stay the same. This is all as COVID cases inside of schools are holding pretty steady right now. District leaders encourage everyone eligible to get the vaccine and remind parents that if someone is vaccinated, it would minimize the out-of-school time due to a quarantine. I'm Chris Stanford. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Well, Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow, and while you're getting ready for your own feast, there are people that could still use your help.
For the past 33 years, the Goodman Community Center has been giving out Thanksgiving baskets. It's a great Madison tradition. And this year, over 4,000 people registered to get one.
John Leica is the Director of Corporate and Community Relations at the Goodman Center. He joins us now live. John, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, John. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
How can people help right now? What do you need for these baskets?
We need food and we need money. You can make gifts to support us online, and you can drop off food donations anytime between now and Friday. We start distributing baskets to families on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and we'll actually accept donations all the way through the weekend. We still have a long ways to go, and we really need the community to step up and support us.
Do you need all kinds of food, or is there anything specific that you need, like more turkeys, or you need more of everything?
I think we need about 800 more turkeys still. We need some broth. We need some stuffing. Yeah, several items. We have a terrific canned good countdown on our website. You go to goodmancenter.org. It gives you a great breakdown of everything that we need.
You're serving over 4,400 families this year. That seems higher than last year.
Yeah, you know, I've been involved in this program for 8 years, and every year I say that we're breaking last year's record. It's a really wild thing to be a part of, and in some ways it's sad, but we're proud to be a reliable, trusted resource that the community can count on year after year to help with their holiday meal.
That's true, but as food prices are going up, food insecurity is going up, it's very reassuring to know that the Thanksgiving baskets will always be there. Is it too late for volunteers to help out, or do you need more volunteers?
We're very fortunate to have about 500 volunteer shifts filled, so we're sitting pretty there. We really need folks to, share our social media posts, get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and let people know, be an advocate for us out there in the digital world. Come in, drop off some food donations, or make a gift online.
This is the 33rd year. That's quite a remarkable service that you provide.
Thank you so much. We can't do it without tons of people in the community, including all the fine folks at News 3. We've been partnering on this for a number of years. We're all in this together.
Well, we're proud to be a part of it as well. John, thanks for being with us. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you all.
Great to see you, John. Thanks so much.
Well, coming up next year on Live Before, Jeannie Moe shows us what Oprah was up to while Adele was performing One Night Only.
And then coming up next hour at 5, with the federal infrastructure bill passed in the White House, how is it going to be used in Dane County? Our Naomi Coles will tell us more.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, get a 2021 Escape, Edge, or EcoSport with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced melanoma, which is a kind of skin cancer where Keytruda may be used when your melanoma has spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
What makes Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Happening right now, jury deliberations in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial continues. Eric Franke is standing by in Kenosha for the verdict.
We'll see a big drop in temperatures for tomorrow before they start to go back up at the end of the week. We'll see another cold snap early next week before the Thanksgiving holiday. My forecast at 5.
Then at 6, are you prepared for travel during severe winter weather? I have a checklist of items you'll want in your car when driving through our harsh Wisconsin winters.
That looks fake.
I want a picture of that to hang in my dining room. Isn't that beautiful?
That is spectacular. The sunset, the lights on the Capitol building.
That's good stuff.
It is. Well, usually if you flub some lyrics while rocking out to your favorite song, nobody cares.
Unless you're Oprah Winfrey.
And it's caught on video. That goes viral.
Then, as CNN's Jeannie Mose reports, people tend to notice.
There's one Adele line everybody knows. But hello, Oprah. Seemed like some of Adele's lyrics were lost on her. Oprah passionately making up lyrics on the spot, tweeted one fan. That girl will sing even when she doesn't know the lyrics, but folks related to it. I don't know the words either, Oprah. She happened to be singing next to Lizzo, who nailed every lyric. Oprah herself tweeted out the sing-along. Those with long memories were reminded of another Oprah lyrics fail, while Mariah Carey was singing her big hit on Oprah's show back in 2005. I was lying to myself. I couldn't have fathomed I would ever be without your love. Oprah even added hand gestures. I only think of you. Years later, Mariah and Oprah mocked the moment by recreating it. Baby face, I only think of you, and it's breaking my heart. I'm trying to keep.
Hey Siri, would you be a doll and get Oprah the right lyrics to We Belong Together before I see her on the 24th?
But whether singing to Mariah or Adele, fans found a lesson. Be as confident as Oprah, singing the wrong lyrics, and when in doubt, stick to the woo. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
And it doesn't help that Lizzo's standing next to you and knows all the words.
Exactly.
Well, she's trying.
That's funny.
Well, temperatures are starting to go down, and nothing helps warm you up like a hearty slow cooker meal.
Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council will join us with some great slow cooker recipes for you when Live at 4 continues.
Building game changers one swing at a time. Ashlyn, tell us the mission of First Tee and what the overall goal is.
So we are a youth development organization that focuses on teaching valuable life skills as well as an academic remediation piece. So there's 150 chapters. We're one of 5 that have an academic component, and we really focus here on what's important to us here in Madison, which is closing that opportunity gap and helping our kiddos right here in Dane County.
And core values, I know, is a big deal, and that's something that is not only talked about here practicing the game of golf, but also in the classroom.
Definitely. So one of the most important core values that we see our kids display is confidence. They come in and they're very hesitant, they're scared, and you just work with them throughout that 12 weeks, and then you see them blossom. They're raising their hand, they want to stand up, they want to share, they want to show you what they've learned, and that is so exciting.
Does this inspire you right now? Tell us why people should give.
People should give because you never know where your $1 will make a difference, and First Tee is so much more than golf. We have many stories, but we are here working together with our community to close that opportunity gap.
FirstTeeSCW.org, right? Ashlyn, thank you.
It was my mom who wanted me to try new things. I think I started in 3rd grade. As a former participant in First Tee, I now want to give back and help other kids like me learning how to read and play golf at the same time.
Please give to the First Tee. We greatly appreciate all that you do to help our kids become better people and live better lives.
From Cherokee Country Club, I'm Emmy Fink.
And your buzz is Madison.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Welcome back, and taking a look at traffic right now. Things are still moving along quite nicely around Janesville. Lots of green. Main arteries in and out of the Janesville area also looking pretty good to go, but taking a closer peek here in the Madison area, we are still seeing those slowdowns along the Beltline, although it's not as slow as what we have seen on other days here at this time. So decent news right there, but we still are seeing our normal slowdowns at the usual spots as of right now. And taking a peek up here to our north, Wisconsin Dells also looking pretty good to go right now. I-90 right now looking pretty clear.
All right, Austin, thank you. If you watch the show, you know that Susan's turned on her Christmas lights already. We send a crew over to her house to check it out. Boy, Susan, that's quite impressive.
I wish. Actually, the now familiar Christmas lights on London's Regent Street have some company this year. 20 iconic London streets have switched on their Christmas lights all at the same time. It's a first for the British capital. It makes me feel better. I'm not alone. Usually lights up different shopping streets on separate dates ahead of the holidays, but after almost 2 years since the pandemic and the relaxation of travel restrictions, businesses are hoping the lights will draw more people into their shops. But for now, the crowds remain mostly British.
It is breathtaking.
And it just, I don't know, it just makes you happy.
Yeah,
I know
really
it's
does.
kind of obnoxious to turn them on before Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's okay.
I couldn't help it.
You're not the only one. I've seen a lot of houses on the way home.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
Well, today may not feel like every Wisconsinite knows, it may not feel like it, but every Wisconsinite knows that winter is just around the corner.
With winter comes a change in the way we cook, going out less and cooking on the grill less, and firing up the slow cooker a lot more.
Hearty foods to keep us warm. Angie Orkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council joins us on a relatively warm day with some slow cooker recipes. Ange, how are you?
Hi, Angie.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Really good. I think most people have some sort of slow cooker, so any brand will do, right?
Exactly. It's definitely slow cooker season. And I've got 2 recipes here that really I'm kind of embarrassed because they're so easy. You almost don't need a recipe. The first one is we're going to put 3 ingredients in the slow cooker.
Perfect.
But we're going to start with some great stew meat. So 2 pounds of beef. And I actually just bought chunked up stew meat from the supermarket. But this recipe is very versatile. So you could use a chuck roast, arm roast, shoulder roast, even a rump roast or round steak. You know, watch the supermarket flyers. If one of those is on sale, take it home, chunk it up just in kind of even uniform size pieces, about 2 pounds worth. And then you're just going to add that to the slow cooker. 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and these are kind of the chili ready or chili seasoned diced tomatoes, and then a cup of assorted olives. And the beauty about these is you can find these right in the deli already packaged for you. So it's a mix of Kalamata and some green olives, about a cup. So put those 3 ingredients in your slow cooker, and then you want to set it on low to let it go all day, 7, 8, 9 hours, or you could do it on high, 5 to 6 hours. And that stew meat just gets so tender and so delicious, and it smells great. So it smells very Mediterranean with those olives in there.
That's it, though. Just those 3 ingredients.
Just those 3 ingredients. I have a bed of some like basmati or Texmati rice. Any rice would great. Brown rice would be good. And then top with a little crumbled feta to keep with that Mediterranean Greek kind of flavors theme. So really, I got 5 ingredients here with the rice and feta.
The others are optional, right? Okay, what's the other recipe?
Okay, so my second recipe is short ribs. So this is about 2 pounds of beef short ribs. And when I bought them in the supermarket, they were actually like in groups of 2 or 3 ribs, and they are bone in. And then I like to go through and just cut them up so it's a single rib. So they're nice, smaller pieces. And then take these and line the bottom of your slow cooker with those. And then you're going to top them with 1 yellow onion, kind of coarsely chopped, 1.5 cups of mango, so like a fresh mango or the jarred mango, a cup of barbecue sauce, so whatever you have in the refrigerator, and then some ginger. And I've got the tube ginger, about a tablespoon.
Oh, that
so
sounds like a good combination.
5 ingredients, kind of that sweet, and then with that ginger, it's really good. And then you could serve these on some rice too, serve with crusty bread, a nice romaine salad. And these are fall off the bone tender. I've noticed I like doing my short ribs 7 hours.
Okay.
So about 7 hours, they're perfect, kind of falling off the bone, just melt in your mouth, and it really you can smell that mango and the barbecue sauce.
You got to be in the studio from now on.
Yes, enough of this Zoom stuff.
Beeftips.com for all the recipes.
Soon. Yes, beeftips.com. Click on As Seen on TV, and you'll find these recipes, plus all of our great links to all of our great slow cooker recipes, perfect for this time of year.
All right, Ange. Thank you.
Thanks, Angie.
Happy Thanksgiving.
See you soon.
You're welcome. Have a great Thanksgiving.
The final check of your forecast coming up.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more beginner's yoga. Namaste. Namaste. Surprise parties. Aw, you guys. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks. For free! So I can do more of the things I love. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
Happening right now, jury deliberation in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial continues. Eric Franke is standing by in Kenosha for the verdict. And now that the infrastructure bill has passed, how one Dane County township will benefit right away. That's tonight at 5.
The First Warn Weather Team breaks down all the info you need to be ready for this winter, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. It's Severe Winter Weather Week, all this week, from your certified most accurate team, only on News 3 Now at 6.
And welcome back. One final peek at your forecast does show a pretty decent cool down for Thursday and Friday. It's going to stay on the breezier side of things for our Thursday. But hey, temperatures warm back up into those middle 40s for the weekend, and then we cool back down right afterwards. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Give your home an update during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021. Check out our great selection of Shaw flooring. From soft and luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring and waterproof vinyl plank. You'll save with 11% off all of it. Add style and privacy with blinds and shades from Window Images. You can also get them trimmed to width for free. Update your window treatments now during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021.
Save big money at Menards.
Ingredients burn. You try to make them stop over-the-counter drugs. Those drops you'll see probably won't touch me. I want to stay for the holidays.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back,
You may need to target inflammation. What? You may need to target inflammation. No!
over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes and may provide temporary relief. Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you are allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Eyes you relieve, symptoms decrease. Xiidra can bring lasting relief.
This holiday, ask your doctor about Xiidra.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
In today's Final Touch, a dog is selling his Miami mansion bought from Madonna. What?
Huh? What? Gunther, the German Shepherd, spent a recent morning playing with his tennis ball, rolling in the grass, slobbering a little bit, and taking a nap. Well, later he had a meeting with a real estate agent selling his Miami mansion that his handlers bought from Madonna. As crazy as it sounds, even by Florida standards, Gunther is the sixth inherited his vast fortune, including the 9-bedroom waterfront home once owned by the Material Girl. At least that's what the handlers who oversee the estate say. The Tucson